Number 1. The power of slow blinking. Want to look more confident instantly? Blink slower. Seriously, it sounds dumb, but it works. Fast blinking screams anxiety. Slow blinking. That's main character energy. It says, I'm not in a rush, I've got nowhere better to be, and I definitely didn't rehearse this conversation in my car 5 times. The psychology behind it is simple. When you're calm, your blink rate naturally slows down. So when you intentionally slow it, your body starts to mirror that calm. It's like biohacking your own nervous system, one eyelid at a time. Use this move when someone tries to rattle you, impress you, or flirt with you aggressively. Just hold eye contact, blink slow, and say nothing. It creates tension, control, drama. Suddenly, you're not just confident, you're mysterious, unreadable, possibly psychic. Add a tiny smirk and you've entered Bond villain territory. Minus the global crime. Confidence doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes it's just blinking like you're in control of the entire scene. Because secretly you are. 2. Own the first 3 seconds. People decide how they feel about you in the first 3 seconds. That's before you even open your mouth. They're scanning your posture, your pace, your energy. Basically, do I respect this person, or do they look like they just tripped emotionally on the way in? So don't rush in like you're late for a dentist appointment and forgot deodorant. Slow it down, shoulders back, eyes forward. Walk like the room's lucky you showed up. No fidgeting, no tugging at your shirt, no nervous grin like you're handing out coupons for validation. Confidence enters quietly, but with presence. You don't need to perform, you just need to arrive. If you're meeting someone new, don't launch your name at them like a fastball. Say it clearly. Shake once. Let the silence do its thing. Confident people move like they've got all day, even when they're spiraling inside. And guess what? You can totally fake this. The body leads, the brain plays catch up. So rehearse your 3-second entrance. Like it's your walk onto a TED stage. You don't need to be loud. Just undeniable. 3. Smile last, not first. Most people lead with a big smile, especially when they're anxious or trying to be liked. It's basically non-verbal begging. Hi, I'm safe. Please don't reject me. Cute, but not confident. Confident people do the opposite. They hold neutral. No expression. Just a calm face that says, you go first. Then after the vibe is set, then they smile. And now it feels like a reward, a rare gem, like you unlocked a hidden level. Instead of chasing approval, you're handing it out in limited quantities. Here's the move. When you meet someone, don't beam like a Labrador. Keep your face relaxed. Lock eyes. Let them sit in the mystery. Then let the smile slowly roll in, like you just decided they're not a threat and kinda hot. It works especially well on dates. That slow smile. Feels earned, feels intimate, like they just cracked your code and now they want more. Confident people don't smile to be liked. They smile when they feel like it. So save yours until the vibe is undeniable. It's not just magnetic, it's mildly addictive. 4. Speak like you know. They already like you. The most magnetic people in the room, they walk in like they've already been invited to the after party. Same goes for how they talk. There's a certain calm in people who speak like the room is already rooting for them. They're not pitching, they're not performing. They're just revealing things, like, here's me, take it or take it. This works because humans mirror energy. If you act like you're being judged, people go into critique mode. But if you act like you're already accepted, they start wondering why they're so drawn to you. Suddenly you're not trying to win them over, they're trying to figure out why you seem suspiciously unbothered. Whether you're flirting, interviewing, or just asking for oat milk, channel the vibe of someone who's already the favourite. You're not asking to be liked, you're assuming it. Obviously, look at you. It's not arrogance, it's strategy. Even if you're faking it, your nervous system starts to believe the performance. And once that happens, the rest of the world kind of follows your lead. Delusion. Maybe. But it's the hot kind. 5. Use pauses like power moves. Want to sound instantly more confident? Stop talking so damn fast. People who rush their words are trying to avoid silence. People who own pauses are unbothered by them. Silence is a high-status move. It shows you're not afraid to take up space, and you're not desperate to fill every second. When you pause, people lean in. Their brain registers it as importance. It creates tension, weight, impact. Even in casual conversation, a well-placed pause makes you seem thoughtful instead of reactive. Try this in storytelling. Say a sentence. Pause. Let it land. Then continue. It's the difference between dumping information and delivering it. Same goes for disagreements. Pausing before you respond shows control. Emotional regulation. You're not just reacting, you're choosing. And that energy is magnetic. You don't need to be the wittiest person in the room. You just need to be the one who speaks like their words matter. So next time you talk, insert a pause. Right where you'd normally rush. Let the silence do half the work. That's how confidence sounds. 6. The low-key flex technique. Confidence doesn't announce itself. It slips into the conversation like it wasn't even trying. Enter the low-key flex. Instead of bragging, you just casually drop high-status info like it's no big deal. I had to cut my trip short in Thailand. Oh, Thailand? Tell me more. You don't say it to impress. You say it because it's part of the story. And that's the key. Embed the flex into the flow. High-confidence people do this naturally. They don't over-explain. They don't justify. They just let it land. Because when you're secure, you don't need people to validate you. You just trust that the right ones will catch what you're signaling. This is charm without trying. You're letting people discover your depth instead of shoving it at them. The trick is to keep it light. If you're flexing your 6-figure income every 5 minutes, you're not confident, you're compensating. But if you're casually mentioning that you mentor others or studied Tantra or built something from scratch, that's intrigue. Subtle status. Confidence in stealth mode. No need to oversell. Let them ask the follow-up. 7. Don't react. Respond. The difference between someone who's confident and someone who's crumbling. Their nervous system. Confident people don't react. They respond. When someone makes a weird comment, when plans change last minute, when things get uncomfortable, they stay composed. They take a breath, then choose a response. That pause between stimulus and reaction is where confidence lives. Most people scramble to fill that space. They defend, over-explain, apologize, or try to fix. Confident people hold the tension. They're not thrown by awkwardness. They stay grounded. It's like emotional aikido. Let the energy pass through, then redirect it with clarity. Try this. Next time someone says something off, don't match their energy. Don't get flustered or defensive. Just blink. Hold eye contact. Let there be silence. Then speak clearly. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to match their chaos. You're not there to win the moment. You're there to own it. When people see you stay calm under pressure, it sends one loud message. This person's solid. And in a world full of people reacting to everything, that makes you magnetic. 8. Ask more than you tell. Most people think confidence is about telling people who you are, but real charm comes from being deeply curious. Confident people ask questions. Not just polite ones, real ones. They stay engaged. They listen to understand, not just to respond. Why? Because they're not obsessed with being interesting. They're interested, and that makes them incredibly compelling. When you ask someone a question that makes them pause, think, or light up, you've just made them feel seen, and that experience sticks. Bonus, you end up steering the interaction without being overbearing. People will talk about themselves and feel like you're the fascinating one. This works in dating, networking, interviews, everywhere. Try this. Instead of, what do you do? Ask, what do you love about your work? Instead of, where are you from? Ask, what place feels most like home to you? Curiosity is bold. It shows you're not here for small talk. You're here to connect. And that energy is sexy as hell. So talk less. Ask more. That's not shy. It's confident. 9. Own your space. Literally. Confident people don't shrink. They expand. They physically own space. That means open posture, relaxed limbs, no excessive fidgeting. It also means being intentional with your placement. In a room, sit or stand like you're supposed to be there. Don't cling to the edges like you're trying to escape. Take the chair that gives you visibility. Set your drink down with purpose. Spread your materials out instead of huddling into one corner like you're waiting for permission. This isn't about arrogance. It's about signaling comfort. When you look comfortable, people assume you're in control. And when people assume you're in control, They treat you like you are. That's psychological status. Even if you feel nervous, act as if your body belongs in the room, and soon your brain will catch up. Confident presence is contagious. Others will feel it and adjust themselves around you. That's the magic. So next time you walk into a space, stop shrinking. Expand. Sit like you mean it. Move like you're allowed to be seen. Because you are. That's how confidence claims territory, without saying a word. 10. Mirror less. Lead more. Most people walk into a room like emotional thermometers, just picking up whatever vibe is floating around. Someone's tense. Now they're tense. Someone's loud. Suddenly they're over-laughing at a dad joke. It's unconscious. It's survival. It's also not confidence. Confident people don't mirror. They set the tone. They walk in like, here's how we're feeling today. Calm, grounded, and maybe a little sexy. And everyone else just syncs up. Instead of scanning the room for cues, you become the cue. You don't flinch. You don't oversmile. You're not nodding so much it looks like your neck's on a swivel. You're steady. You're relaxed. You're giving. I know something you don't, but I'm not in a rush to tell you. Try this next time someone's acting chaotic or just a lot. Don't match it. Don't compete. Slow down. Drop into your voice. Speak like you've got a martini in one hand and nowhere to be. Especially in dating, this is gold. Most people are busy adapting. You're busy leading the vibe. Confidence isn't reactive. It's contagious. And when you're the calm in the room, people don't forget it. They orbit it. 11. The eye contact triangle. If full-on eye contact feels intense or unnatural, this one's for you. Imagine a triangle between the person's two eyes and their mouth. You rotate your gaze between these 3 points. That's it. It creates a dynamic but natural flow that makes your eye contact feel engaging instead of staring contest creepy. You're not bearing into their soul, but you're not looking away, like you're scared of their aura either. This trick does 2 things. It keeps you present and it makes the other person feel seen. Eye contact is one of the strongest non-verbal signals of confidence, but too much feels weird, too little feels avoidant. This triangle technique keeps you in that perfect middle lane, steady, focused and connected. Add a slow blink every now and now you're cooking with gas. Use this on dates, during presentations, or anytime you want to seem dialed in. People remember how you make them feel, and being locked into someone's attention, without pressure, is magnetic. It says, I see you. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. That's confident energy. No words required. 12. Leave first. Here's a little psychological curveball. Confidence doesn't just show up in how you enter a room, it shows up in how you leave it. Confident people don't linger. They don't overstay. They don't wait until it gets awkward. They leave when the energy peaks, not when it fades. Think about it. The person who ends the conversation, the one who says, I've got to run, but this was fun, leaves a stronger impression than the one who's still hanging around hoping for the moment to last longer. That's not cold, it's charismatic. It creates pull. People remember you more when they don't get to consume all of you. It also signals self-worth. You have places to be, energy to protect, standards for your time. Try this on your next date, hangout, or conversation. Don't disappear suddenly, but don't wait for a lull either. Wrap it with warmth. Smile. Say something cheeky, then go. Leave them wanting more. That's the final trick. Confidence doesn't need closure. It's not afraid to exit while the vibe is high. That's how you become the person they think about after you're gone. 13. The of course mindset. Confidence doesn't say, I hope this goes well. It says, of course it will. Of course she smiled back. Of course I got the job. Of course they liked me. It's not delusion. It's orientation. You're training your brain to expect good things, not as entitlement, but as a reflection of your energy. People pick up on that, and they believe it because you do. This mindset subtly shifts the way you speak, move, and engage. You stop asking for permission and start acting like someone who's already chosen. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, your body will start to lead. Of course makes you magnetic. Not because you're forcing anything, but because you're aligned with your own worth. Confidence isn't about ego, it's about expectancy. At the end of the day, confidence is just a sexy little lie you tell your body until it believes you. So, walk in like you belong and let the world arrange itself to keep up.